07, turn right, heading 185, reduce speed 180 knots.
185 on the heading, 180 on the speed Golf Air 007.
Speedbird 124, reduce speed 160 knots to 40 me.
Reduce 160 to 40, speed 124.
Hello there guys, Matt here, hope you're all well and welcome back to another P3D video. We are back in the PMDG 777-300ER and I have changed countries. Normally I fly out of the UK, especially when I do long haul stuff, and a lot of you have been not complaining but saying it would be nice if I did something a little bit different, so I'm going to do just that. We are in France, Le Francais, or whatever you want to call it, in Paris, or Paris Charles de Gaulle. And we are flying service AFR442, 442 from here down to Rio in Brazil, Rio de Janeiro. I don't actually know how you pronounce that. It's like Guarulhos, something like that. Anyway, it's Rio. That's how you will know it. As far as weights and stuff go, and I apologize for my phone vibrating, I will remove that from the flight deck. There we go. Yeah, as far as weights go, zero fuel weight today, 229 tons, which is just a little bit under max zero fuel weight. We're taking 96 tons of fuel. That'll give us enough flying time for 12 hours, and it's going to take about 10.5 hours to get down to Rio. So, looking good. As far as the weather goes, it's actually pretty cool all the way down there. There isn't much of anything. Out of here, there's a small kind of crosswindy tailwind. But only by 21 knots. We're cruising initially at flight level 320, and actually no, we're not. We're cruising initially at flight level 310, and then stepping as high as flight level 360 eventually. The biggest wind component we have is just west abeam Cape Verde, which is 46 knots. Speaking of Cape Verde, that's our alternate for en route ETOPS planning. If we need to go somewhere on the way, then we will be heading there, unless we are more back towards Paris side or over the other side towards Rio, then we'll continue. Everything's loaded. GSX is doing its thing. There was a gate. Oh, there it is. It's there somewhere. We're not on VATSIM, but we have got AI traffic somewhere. Oh, there we go. You can see all the Air France, EasyJet, some more Air France. One actually just taxied past while I was starting to film, which was cool, but I don't think we saw it. I think it was just a little bit before I pressed go, so there is that. Anyway, out of here, 9 right departure, out via the, I can't pronounce this, it's Lima Golf, Lima 1 Golf departure. It's like a Laugula, I don't know. It's a VOR, I know that much. So anyway, let's kickstart this. 10 hours and 20 odd minutes of flying. Should be good fun. Okay, so we're quite pleasantly lit actually. I turned some lights on prior to starting the video. I'm going to turn the ADIRUs on and also on the emergency lights. From there we can go down to the FMCs. You can see this is an Alex Farmer repaint, by the way. Golf Star Textures. He has put the decals from the VC and the real aircraft's flight deck into the VC of this one, which is quite nice. Registration today for us is Foxtrot Golf Zulu November Kilo, and there's a Salcal of Golf Mike Delta Foxtrot. So it's 777-300, a Category D, which is pretty much what they all are. And apparently it's flaps 15 is the preferred flap setting for this, which will be what we'll use for departure. So we'll go with that. Anyway, checklist for us, so we'll reset everything just to make sure we're all on the same page. And we can go back to the normal menu and then the pre-flight checklist. We'll cover that in a minute, but first things first, I want to get the FMC programmed. So FMC and init-ref, we are at Paris, LFPG. We're on Fox 14, I don't know if it'll take that, but it may do. Yeah, it did, nice. Taking the GPS from the main page, not the second page, as in here, that's rubbish. Route page, we can request it. We are this one here. Request that. Call sign today is the same as the flight number, so it's Air France 442. And as I said before, we'll be blasting off runway 09 right. We can load that in. So, the uplink is loading apparently. And we'll just wait for that to load in properly, and then we'll do all the winds and everything else that goes with it. It's very dark today, or tonight should I say. The real flight departs at 23:20 local time, and it's now 2300 local in 2 minutes. We're 2 hours ahead of UTC at the moment, so there's that. Okay, so the perf init uplink is ready. Everything is good. We're off 09 right. We don't need to put that in strictly, but just as a memo as to what we're doing is always fun. And this is Air France 442, which we can stick in right there. Okay, depart arrived, departure 09 right, LGL 1 Golf, which will be somewhere, there it is, 1 Golf, and routing, we can activate that now, and we'll copy it just in case something goes wrong. VNAV page, actually no, not VNAV page, we'll go and do the performance stuff. So let's have a look at the flight plan. I think I said we were cruising at 310 initially, so that's actually wrong. So let me correct that. Oh, actually no, I need to accept it first and I'll change it. So 310 initially, like so, and 17.5 CG, like so. RVSM 0, and everything else is good. Reserves are 8.4, which tallies with what I have on the right hand side of me, and we are good there. Okay, we'll do the winds next, I think. So route data, what levels do we have available to us? There are a few. Scrolling up and down never is fun. So we have to find a place called Pipon, which is this one here, and we are grabbing the winds at 270. We're also grabbing the winds at 290, 310, and also 330. At Pipon we are going to be, let's have a look, Pipon. We're going to be at flight level 310, and the temperature up there is minus 46, so we'll stick that in like so. Execute that, and then we'll load that data in so we have some sort of accurate figure. That's cool, it's all done. We can change it along the way if we really need to. And then the descent forecast uplink, we can do that if we want. To be honest, it's no real use to me right now. Okay, so the other FMC needs to go on to the legs page. This can go back to the init ref page, and then we can sort some flap settings out. So, courtesy of Topper, we're on flap 15, and our thrust today is 49 degrees with a CG of whatever it gives us, 24%, 7.5 up trim, which is okay. Takeoff weight for us is 322.2. It's calculated with the taxi burn, like so, and then we have the speeds, which we'll just take. I know sometimes Topper gives you the speeds that are different than what the 777 gives you, but I just have this inherent fear that they know, like, the PMDG have programmed this a certain way to calculate speeds based upon their own performance data. So I'd rather go with that speed than actually taking the other speeds that are in a different program that is just essentially not making it up, but it can't be as accurate as what's in here. There's no way, because they've made it themselves. So anyway, V2 is 175, so we'll program that in. I'll do all of that stuff a little later date, and we'll turn on the flight directors, and we'll LNAV and VNAV. Come down, auto brake, and we'll leave that on that page for now. I need to go onto the chart page, so the sound is probably going to dip out for a little bit. I can't click amongst, you can hear it just goes dead completely. I can't click amongst screens when I can click amongst screens, that makes no difference. But when I click on the other screen, it kills the sound, even though within P3D I've clicked that setting to not mute stuff when I change window, which is extremely annoying. Anyway, so we are out on the LGL departure, Is it Arnav? I don't think it is. We're going out to the west, maybe. There is so many departures, so many departures. We're not going to the north. There is absolutely no way we're going to the north, and if we are, I will eat my own words, but I don't think we are. Interesting that I cannot find the departure. Let me look at page 2. 09. Left and right. South. Page 1. Right. One sec. Let me figure this out. Okay, I figured it out. It's actually on the western SID diagram. There's so many. Paris is just ridiculous when it comes to having SIDs. So, what I was going to do was a VNAV page. The transition altitude is 5,000 feet. If I can find page 2 of the SIDs to the west, which shouldn't be that difficult, but apparently every other time it's proved extremely difficult, which is that one, we should be able to find out what the initial climb is. So if we're a jet, the initial climb is flight level 100, which is there, and it's 089 is the runway heading, so that is that. 089, like so. Brilliant. Okay, good. FMC has the descent stuff. That's going to bug me about that, isn't it? So you know what? Just to shut it up, I'll load the descent winds in. But anyway, from runway 09 right, we radial 086 to Charlie Golf November to PG 092, which is there. And then there's a left turn out to Echo Victor X-Ray, then onwards to Lima Golf Lima. I don't know why that's a dud entry for the descent winds. Maybe there's a time issue. I need to probably export the latest time with the winds. Anyway, weather here is on my other screen. Let's have a look at the wind. So QNH is 1026. And there is a METAR somewhere, I promise you. There it is, 0106 knots, 1026, 12 degrees. It's pretty cold. No significant change. We get down to Brazil, no wind, Cav okay, 21 degrees, QNH is 1012 down in Rio, no change as well. It's going to be a pretty pleasant morning. We'll be landing into Rio about 5:30 AM, so the sun will just be coming up and everything will be good to go. Okay, so that's pretty much everything done from that point of view. Well, that perspective, should I say. My English is greatly suffering today. You know, just one of those days when you can't string a sentence together. Yeah, that's pretty much me today. Anyway, standby stuff to hectopascal. And if we do, we can turn the APU on, why not? And we can set the other side up. So needles, data, terrain, go on, that's fine. And then we can run through the checklist. So oxygen, you know I never do that. Flight instruments are set, and parking brake is now set. Good stuff. So that's the pre-flight checklist complete. You can just press the checklist and then go back to it when you're done. So that's a before start checklist. We'll hide that for the minute. I want to get the doors page up. If my eyesight will let me see where the actual door page is, will be good. I think it's that one. There we go. So I've still got all the doors open at the moment. You know, before it was really weird. I think probably it hadn't initialized properly, but I was trying to hide the yoke, and I pushed that one down, and then this one would come up, and then I pushed that one down, and then that one would come up, and then I pressed that one, and then they both came up. It's like, okay, whatever. I'm done. We're not on VATSIM, so that's fine. 2000 for the transponder. That's cool. Right then, let's get prepared for pushback. GSX update is pretty cool now. You can select all your options before you push back, so you can do an engine start on the stand. For example, if you have an APU that isn't working or something, it's pretty cool. So we need to close some doors. So we'll close that one, and we'll close that one, and we'll also close that one, and that one. We'll get rid of the jetway, so Control and J. A lot of you ask how to do that. You can't do that at every airport. Some developers are really cool and actually implement dynamic jetways. Others not so much, and I just clicked on my other screen, whoops, my bad. Others not so much, which is really annoying, but whatever. Some do, this does, and this is an old scenery. This is Paris from way back when, like really, really, really old scenery. So, yeah. I wonder what GSX is doing. No, it doesn't. Do you want to start engines? No, I don't. Catering service completed. Sometimes you just have to reset the position. It like bugs out. I don't understand why. Oh, it wants me to arm some doors. So arm that, and arm that, and arm that, and arm that. Pushback, please. So we want to go nose to the left, and we want to go tail right. We don't want to start engines before pushback. I don't think my DX story actually captures that overlay, so probably just sounds like I'm talking to myself, which is essentially what I do on every YouTube video. So there's that. Okay, so they're coming to the aircraft. I'm going to turn the packs on, and we will start the process of pressurizing the hydraulics in just a second. First of all, I just want to make sure that the ground services are clear. So we can return to that and go to ground connections, and then just remove them all with the wheel chocks. Okay, done. Right, that's that done. We can go to the checklist page, and we can do the before start checklist once I've turned the passenger signs on. And we can also now dim the cockpit lighting for departure. I love that when you turn the cockpit lighting off. You know that things are getting real. So flight deck doors closed and locked. It's not modeled for us. MCP is set. So we've got V2 as 175. Heading is 089. Initial climb to flight level 100. That's all set. Takeoff speed 166, 173.75. CD pre-flight's complete. Trim is 0 for the moment. We are estimating 7.5 up trim for the takeoff. Taxi and takeoff briefing. Well, I fly on my own, so it's pretty boring giving myself a briefing. However, if I can find an overview of the airport, I will actually explain how we're going to get here. We'll get to 09 right. We're currently parked on the north side of Terminal 2. So, we need to taxi out to the west, and then north past Terminal 1, and then down to 09 right. So it's a bit of a lengthy taxi, which is fine. I'm okay with that. And of course, the beacon light is on, which is, there we go. To be honest, I have no idea what configuration they would use in real life. They may depart off 08 left, 08 right. Probably makes sense, to be fair, but whatever. Taxiing is taxiing. So there's the before start checklist completed. And now we can bring up the engine page for the engine start. Just wait for GSX to tell me that they are ready, which I think they may be. Have a look over the nose. Is there someone down there waiting to push us back? Let's look outside. There we go. Is he ready? Yeah, looks it. Okay. So we'll start the clock on the other side, and we will release the parking brake. On the pushback, we can pressurize the hydraulics, and I turned the wrong switch on. That was always good. We can also turn on the pumps, and that is what you call Easy Dock being a champion. Okay, so now that Easy Dock's finished having a fit, there we go. That happens to me sometimes. It's really infuriating. I don't know why it does it. It just does it. I was carrying on turning the pumps on. There we go. So we can start engine number 2 on the push. We'll flick the fuel in. Fuel in center. Okay, my bad. Should have probably checked that before. Yeah, 31 tons in the center. Slightly bad of me. Turn the TCAS on to just TA for the moment. Okay, start to cut out on 1, sorry 2 even, we'll fire 1 and probably should turn the starter switch before I apply the fuel. Either way works. I'm trying to figure out how I actually get out of here. I guess we have to go left and then left again. Oh look, there's a jumbo on the taxiway. Maybe I should just follow the AI traffic and actually see where they go, and then you'll actually be able to see a bit more. I have a feeling they are departing the AI stuff off 8 right. Oh, sorry, off 8 left. You know what? I'm gonna change it to 8 left because why not? Let's live on the edge. Let's pretend ATC decided that they were gonna shut runway 09 right, and I forgot to change the first officer's QNH. Okay, so depart arrive. We'll go from 8 left, and we need to change the SID, which is the one hotel. Same climb clearance. Everything's the same. It's just off the other side of the airport. Done. Easy life. Okay, the pushback is nearly completed. Can we go up that way? Yes, we can. Hard left, and out we go. There's the 747 on his way out. We'll give way to him, and they want me to set the parking brake. There we go. Apparently I forgot to turn on a hydraulic pump. That must have been a misclick. There's no way I would have missed that. Okay, there we go. So engine 2 and 1, both online, both stable. Excellent. So, next page you want to go to is the flight controls. And we'll take flat 15. Like so. We'll also ditch the APU once the pack warning lights have gone off. Do a flight control check, so full left, full right, all the way back, and all the way forward. We're trimming to 7.5, we're on 4 at the moment. There's 5, there's 6, there's 7.5. Good. Okay, that's that done. The pack's warning light gone off. Yeah, okay, APU is off. Turn the turn off lights on, and the taxi light on, and the logo light on as well. Actually, we should have done that because it's night time. And we'll go back to the checklist, we'll run through that. So anti-ice is not required at the moment. It's 12 degrees, no visible moisture. Recall is checked, nothing. Flight controls checked, ground equipment's clear, and that is the before taxi checklist complete. And we'll follow this jumbo by the looks of things. Air France 747-400. GSX has moved out the way. Everything is good. Parking brake released, and away we go. Off the blocks at 23:20. And the real flight departs pretty much about now, so we're slightly late, but it's okay. So it looks like we're joining a pretty decent queue on 08 left. There's a Flybe Embraer, bunch of Air Frances. What is that? Is that Vietnam? I think that's a Vietnam. Yeah, it is Vietnam 777. Very nice. There's Air France. Is that a 321? No, it's not. What is that? Oh, it's a 777. Well, I thought it was a 321. My bad. 2 to depart in front of us. You can see the TCAS back there was pretty rammed with traffic. There's another Vietnam Airlines as well. Cool. I'm gonna tone down these lights a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. Is this guy gonna stop for me? Who knows? There used to be a thing called AI Smooth. I don't know if anyone remembers that. But basically the AI traffic would not like destroy you, which was pretty cool. Are they going off 8 left or 8 right? I can't work it out. Is that traffic landing? There is this traffic landing as well. This could get slightly messy. Yeah, that bit of traffic there's on his way in. Doesn't look like there's much behind him though. There's a couple going for the other runway, but we'll be okay. Turn left here. Find our sequence behind these guys. It's a Vietnam guy. Guy needs to get a move on. Oh yeah, he's off. Nice. Okay, so here's 08 left, 26 right. Just pull in here, just wait. Is that guy really going to go for it? Wait, hang on. Oh, is he landing on the right-hand side? Oh yeah, there's 2 runways, isn't there? Of course. He'll be landing on the right, my bad. There goes the 321. Cabin's ready, we're ready. Before takeoff checklist is done. Flaps are set to 15 with a green light. Stop here. Is he gonna roll takeoff or? Oh, he is. Okay, fair enough. We'll go then. Okay. Strobe lights on. Landing lights on. Start the clock. Was it Air France 747 from before? Did some sort of magical disappearing act. Where's that traffic that's meant to be landing on the parallel runway? Oh, there he is. Ah, look, it's an Air France baby bus. There he goes, with his flaps down. Now our departure is straight ahead, so if this guy turns, then life is good. If not, we'll just have to wait a little bit. Okay, TCAS, TARA, I'm going to turn the lights down in here a little bit. They're far too bright. Can't see a thing. There you go. Just a little bit down. There you go. Sweet. Okay. Rio, here we go. We've got 55%-ish and 1. There we go. And Toga. Bouncy runway, what's that all about? Thrust is set, there's 80 knots. Positive right climb, there goes the gear. There's climb power. Speed intervene. We'll go flat 5. Nice view. Flat 5 coming up. 777 immersion in full swing. Look at that. Okay, passing 5,000-ish. We'll start to speed up now. Autopilot's already in. We'll put the flaps in on schedule. Bank around to the right. Put the weather on now. Very good. Flaps can come up. Okay, so just 9.5 for 10. We'll recycle to, I don't know why it's not in the 1000s, but there you go. Go to 31. Cancel the altitude restrictions. Landing lights coming off. Turn-offs can come off, and taxi light can come off. Logo light can come off. And there we go. Stable climb up all the way up to 310. There's some traffic in the way, which is nice. And Brazil, here we come. Let's have a look. So, estimating 0738 Zulu. And yeah, it's about right. 5:30 or 5:38 in the morning for them. So, spot on. Spot on. Job's a good one. Okay, there's that. The departure in a nutshell.